the sight of that beautiful lake, these beautiful tiled roofs, is something I love to spend my day in. And when I leave MCH, I know I'm not too far away, because I'm going to be back here the next day with my students, doing what I love doing, which is teaching, which is why MCH is so special to me. So hi, I am Vishal Singh Deo. I am a faculty and a postdoctoral fellow at the Manipal Center for Humanities. I joined the Manipal Center for Humanities last year in August, 24th of August. And prior to coming here, I was a doctoral student at the University of Delhi. While I was pursuing my doctoral studies, I was also involved in various research projects. I worked with think tanks where I used to advise higher education institutions on market entry strategies in India. I've also worked with the Ministry of Defense in the capacity of a research associate, and also at the Rashtrapati Bhavan Presidential Secretariat in the capacity of a research associate. I am originally from Hyderabad, but I have spent the last 12 to 13 years in Delhi, where I was doing my MA, MPhil and PhD. So Manipal Center for Humanities has had a long history of providing a very inclusive pedagogic environment to its students. That environment reflects most strongly in the Center of Humanities approach to course structure. So faculty at the Manipal Center for Humanities is encouraged to design their own course, teach that course, and use their latest research in the creation and conceptualization of these courses. Students these days are very interested in cross-disciplinary approaches, and therefore my teaching philosophy is to firstly be very empathetic and try to be as inclusive in the classroom, and also be attentive to student aspirations. So I often I often talk to students about what are their interests and how can I design a course which is both speaking to my areas of interest, but also speaks to their areas of interest, so that there's some kind of a fruitful and healthy discussion that takes place in class. So most of the classroom lecture format that I follow is in the form of discussions. So when we have healthy discussions, I feel we've had a good class. So our easy accessibility, our approachability, our ability to keep the concepts easy and informal helps students to be disarmed. So when they come to us, initially that apprehension is universal. But when they come to us and they talk to us in person in informal settings, they take this energy back to the class, and then you see a more fruitful discussion taking place. So we've got a very rich alumni network across MAHE, but the Center for Humanities also has an alumni network which is either placed in Ivy League universities doing PhDs, they are placed in think tanks, they're working with the government, they're working in NGOs, they're working in the creative fields. We offer programs which allow students to think of a career in law and journalism and music. So what happens is you're coming here to do an interdisciplinary humanities program, but you eventually develop a worldview that allows you to draw into various disciplinary strengths in your post-graduation and onwards. Our alumni network is there for to be tapped into, to offer support and also mentor. Humanities today has become an important career pathway for a lot of students who aren't necessarily looking for a career through a typical PhD pathway. You need a multidisciplinary program that can provoke you to critically think and think about problems that we are all facing collectively as a society. I think the course structure at Manipal, the campus life in Manipal, the nature of our faculty and the rich alumni in Manipal is reason enough for anybody who wants to pursue a rigorous but also interesting course in humanities at an environment which is very caring and peaceful to come to the Center of Humanities and pursue an undergraduate program. We have a course structure which is like a DIY, do it yourself. So you can literally pick and choose what majors and minors you want to do, bearing in mind that the faculty is going to be very attentive to your areas of interest, and the courses are also designed in such a way that speaks to your future aspirations and ambitions, which offers you immense career opportunities and pathways moving ahead. I think Manipal and Manipal Center for Humanities, I'm extremely grateful for being here, because before I was in Manipal, I was in a place called Delhi. And Delhi is not the kindest place to do academic work in, mainly because you need a space such as Manipal, a space that is easy, peaceful, gives you the space to grow. We feel, in Delhi, there is this urgency to think we need to really be on our toes and keep working. We can do all of that over here. but do it in a kinder environment. And in that way, the Center for Humanities and Manipal as a town as such has given me immense autonomy and immense amount of peace to think about my research carefully and maybe revisit parts of my research, but also develop it further. The environment is extremely very nice, and I welcome a lot of people to come to Manipal and experience it for once. You don't want to go back. The quality of life, the quality of intellectual life. If you see, we at the Manipal Center for Humanities are located by the side of a lake. You see our student cohort. It's an extremely lively bunch, which is a very cohesive bunch, right? Their relationship with the faculty is also very fraternal. So because of our close interactions. Now in bigger universities and bigger cities, some way we lose our identities as students. We forget that there is an educational space that we can also grow in and grow together in. In that sense, Manipal is definitely is poles apart. It's poles apart for the simple reason of the way in which you see the cohesiveness of the student community and the faculty, and the way the town encourages this. Most people who come to Manipal, like me for example, when I came to Manipal, I felt really sad leaving Delhi after years of that association, but I have not felt the need to go back. And that speaks volumes of how beautiful this town is and how encouraging this town and the Center for Humanities has been towards my work and my time.